morning, afternoon, evening, as the case may be in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm ZenArcher. And that king stuff at the beginning of this is what I've been doing recently because I'm not going out. I'm just sitting around the house, wasting time. Me and Das Boot are just sitting around doing nothing. I haven't even shaven today. Matter of fact, I haven't shaven in 2 days. Just hanging out. But I wanted to do a follow-up video for the last video that I did, which asked the question, what inspired you or who inspired you to blog, and what did you expect out of it? So first I'm going to give you my answer to that, and then follow up with a new question for you. And I hope that you will continue to participate through your comments, your video responses, and all that kind of stuff. So, for me, what started my vlogging was I was at MySpace, and I saw a video of somebody saying, welcome to my MySpace. Up here you can friend me, leave me a message. Over here some songs I've got, and if you'd like to leave a comment, there's a comment area below. And thanks again for coming, and that was kind of it. But it was kind of cool that you could do that. So I clicked on it, ended up at YouTube in March 2006, and did my first blog, which was just me introducing myself. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming, and this is who I am and what I'm about. And threw it up on YouTube so that I could put it over on MySpace. The surprise to me was that I got responses. I just expected to be on MySpace, but I got responses, and people friended me, and that was interesting and intriguing. And it wasn't so much about, oh, they like me, as just a surprise that anybody was watching, you know, other than people just stopping by my MySpace. So that made me want to do more because it was fun. I wasn't looking for anything. I really at that time wasn't even trying to communicate much. It was just fun to put up videos. So that's what I did. And eventually, I started making friends online, and or friends through blogging. I already had friends online, but I started making friends through blogging, and that just inspired me to do more. And then, of course, the little fights and the little bickering that goes on online, and you always see that wherever you go. That also kind of gives you a reason to get out of bed and take a look. So that's why, or that's how I got involved with blogging. Now, I posted the video over at Bloggerheads as well at YouTube. And at Bloggerheads, I think one of the most notable responses was from Frank, who pointed out that my question was not just about vlogging, but also was about taking video. So I thought I'd also answer that question. When I first got married, my father gave me, he had been an amateur photographer, a semi-professional photographer, and he gave me a video camera. Well, he gave me a film camera, 8mm film camera, that you wound up. You had to wind it when you put the film in. And then he had a light bar you plugged into the wall and stuff. It looked like the sun was coming up anytime you took pictures with it. But he gave that to me. So I started off with that, and then shortly after being married, again, I picked up an RCA C250 video camera. It had this big battery in the back. It was about the size of, it was a huge battery. It was like a brick. And you put a VHS tape in it. So the first video that I took was, of course, my kids coming home from school, seeing the camera, going, oh, geez, Dad got a camera. And from there, little clips around the house. But the first video that I produced just for entertainment purposes or experimentation was this camera would allow you to push a button and just take one frame. So I took one of my daughter's Barbie dolls and put it on the table, sitting on the table, and then took a frame, moved her hands and her arms a little bit, and took a frame, and moved her head and arms a little bit, and continued to do that, and had a rubber snake that came in, curled around her waist, knocked her over, and pulled her off screen with her kicking and flailing her arms. So that was, I know, sick stuff, I know. But that was my first video that I produced for any other reason than just to document what was going on at home or communicate online. The next video after that was my first production video, if you will. At Christmas time, Santa Claus always came to our house and decorated our tree. And so we set the camera up in the corner of the room to see if we could catch Santa Claus. And we did catch some shadows, but we didn't actually see Santa Claus himself. What we did see was that the tree that was bare suddenly had ornaments on it, and then garland, and then tinsel, and by the time the video was over, the entire tree had magically been decorated with all the presents underneath, and the cookies and the hot chocolate were gone. So that was my first production video, and of course we watched it Sunday a number of times, watching the Christmas tree magically become decorated by Santa Claus. So that was my first video that I can remember, production video that I can remember doing. So there's my answer to my last question, and thank you for the responses from you. Shawnee over at Bloggerheads put up a video response, and Argent009 put up a response over at YouTube. I will give you a link to that in the description below for those of you who want to take a look and haven't been over to see it yet. Now for the next question, which really isn't about vlogging, but is more about social networking, which is a conversation that William T. over at Bloggerheads started. And my question about social media is this, or not even social media, but just your online presence, is how connected is your real world, your physical world life with your on-world life? It's even hard for me to make that distinction verbally, because I don't make a distinction. But how separated is the outside world and your online life? Are they intermingled, or are they completely separate? I know I talked about this in Talkbox the other night, and somebody said, well, I wouldn't want my business friends and my real-world friends and my church friends to watch my my videos online because they just think I've lost my mind. And I wouldn't want my friends that are online to, see video of me in my everyday life, because it'd be pretty damn boring for them, because I really lead a boring life. So some people keep it separate. In my case, they're merged, and they always have been merged. My video chat that I was doing on Friday nights, one of the people who come in is a young lady that I met at the hospital while having a cigarette while visiting Mom. And she comes into my chat, and she's gotten to know my friends in my chat, and they know her, they know who she is, and know, that she lives close and stuff. And she's on my MySpace and my Facebook and all, or not MySpace, but Facebook, Google Plus, and comes into my chat. And so she's a part of, she's a part of my internet circle, it's a part of my real life circle. And my online friends are a part of that too, because they communicate with her the same way they communicate with me. And they've met her online. Many of you know I've dated in the past and met my dates online and then met them in real life. Also, Tara916 and I met some 13 years ago or better, and we met online and found out that we lived close to one another, and we got together and met, and we became real-world friends. In my life, I've lived with a girlfriend twice, and both times I met them online, and I would do it again. But I don't make a distinction between the two. My kayak friends know that Zen's a guy that's always got a camera on. Some of them would rather not be online, and I respect their privacy, and I think if you look at my videos, you will very rarely see them. But they also just accept that that's what I do, and some of them think it's kind of cool, and some of them think it's kind of weird, but they accept it. And yeah, for me, it's all intermingled. My kayak friends are, also follow me on Facebook and Google Plus and share things and through email. I guess the only difference in the two is that my friends who are not online, as a rule, don't spend as much time online as my online friends do. But other than that, it's all intermingled for me. So I'm wondering, how is it for you? Do you hide the fact that you're a blogger, or that you take video, or do you show your videos to your friends and say, hey, I'm going to put this up online, what do you think of it? You let them critique your stuff before you put up? I'd really like to know. So as before, video response below or in text, and I look forward to hearing all about your social media experience and your friends, and how connected is your outside life with your online life. Till then, you be well. This is Zen.